Welcome everyone to the start of season 4. And I've been getting it, family. You can know that. And by getting it, I mean getting clapped in both PvP and PvE. Let's see how we're doing here. We'll pull it up. So, you know, when you first come back to PvP, after you've taken a break from WoW, it always sucks. You're rusty, and sometimes you're queuing into guys that don't ever stop playing. So they're all tuned up. I think I went 1-5, and then 0-6, and then 2-4. Then I got some 3-3s, and it started coming back to me, and we kind of started turning the ship around. But it's been an uphill climb. We got to that 1843. We'll push it up. What do I always tell you about PvP? Okay, don't go pushing up too high. You're going to hit the Twitchies and the no-lifers. Just get your gear, hit those random battlegrounds. That's where PvP's the most fun. And for the first time in a long time, Brother Oklahoma hit that Mythic Plus, baby. And I had horrible gear. I started in the green PvP gear. So I just took my time. I did all the mythics. I got a lot to learn with these boss fights and stuff. First off, let me formally apologize because I've talked some shit to the PvE community. And wow. The Mythic Plus is legit, and it's hard, and it's so much fun. And I gotta tell you, the community is overwhelmingly positive. I mean, I've had a few incidents, but overall, incredible community. The keys, that they just fall apart. Sometimes guys are like, well, sorry, I suck, so we're not going to be able to do this key. And it's like, it's okay, man, we can try it. He's like, nah, it's fine. Let's everybody go on. So the only issue I consistently see is I think some people are in a hurry to get geared. And so they're signing up to do +2s and +4s in 450 and 460 gear. And I think that you'd probably be better served hitting those heroics and doing a Mythic 0 World Tour. Grab you a few pieces before you get started on the Mythic Plus. But overall, I've had a fantastic time in Mythic Plus. And I gotta tell you, PvE is so rewarding. With PvP, you get that one piece of conquest that you earn. Well, it used to be just brutally through solo shuffle. Now you can do the Battleground Blitz, which is really nice. A nice change for people that are wanting that arena hard pass, which I can't blame them. And then the ultimate goal is what? To get that PvP gear, to hit those random battlegrounds and those epic battlegrounds, because that's where the real fun is. A frustrating thing about this season for PvPers, and it just sucks when multiple things are true. So on the one hand, the new Mythic Plus changes I think are fantastic, and I'm having a blast. On the other side, it breaks my heart that PvP gets completely abandoned. There's no incentives, there's no T-Mogs, the set's reused, and to see all this effort go into other game modes and new game modes and just PvP get absolutely nothing is just, it really sucks. And I think it's really unfair, especially given that you've got a monthly sub. I mean, people are always like, well, they're working on the next expansion. It's like, yeah, but we're 4 months in. Most people have paid $60 this year already, plus bought the next expansion. They expect to get some content that they're paying for. And I don't think that's, I don't know. I just don't think that's very cool. I really wish they would do something. But other than Blez not giving a damn about PvP or the PvP community, which has never really changed, that's a constant. The PvE side of things, I think the Mythic Plus changes are phenomenal. And it's so much fun. And these dungeons are crazy. And I just watching people get thrown off as shit and blown up in one shot. Be still my heart. You know, it's just too much fun. And, oh God, some of them just get wild. It is peculiar, the difference in how difficult some bosses and dungeons are versus others. If you're looking for another tree to burn down, Hordies, head over to the Academy and hit that Ancient in there. My word. The damage on Tyrannical Week, are you kidding me? That boss? Oh God, burn it with fire and piss on the ashes. Never again. I mean, an absolute nightmare. that tree. Speaking of which, it's been kind of interesting playing with the Hordies. I don't know how I'm ever going to get used to it, dude. Healing Hordies is just so awkward. I mean, I do my part and I play with the team, but it is just so weird. However, I can see the benefit now, especially on the PvE side, because there are groups everywhere. I mean, I can hop in a group in no time. Now, that healer queue makes it a little easier, possibly. Healers and tanks tend to get that benefit, which we should for what we're going through in here, in my opinion. But I gotta tell you, it seems like the groups and the queue times are just flowing, and the participation seems to be spectacular. Every time I look, there's groups going on that Mythic Plus, and I mean not some small amount. And I think that's great. And let's talk about these events, just so popular. I mean, there are people everywhere out here, and we're just crushing these world events now, but it's so much fun. This is what I always miss in retail, is that you never get to see other players. And I gotta tell you, at the end of season 3, these events, there was nobody out here. And now, there's people everywhere, and it makes the world feel so alive. So I just want to say hats off to Blizzard. Outstanding way to reuse the events. You get a nice piece of gear, help get you guys caught up and get into that Mythic Plus. Or if you're just a casual, get you some nice gear to run around and do some world quests and have some fun. Outstanding job, Blizz. Just phenomenal change the weekly. And you got, I mean, between the time walking and the Mythic Plus and the PvP, solo shuffle, queue times are popping, fun is a rocking, and it's just, I'm having a blast. And this is what I love, to take a break and you come back and everything's fresh and fun. It's just an absolute joy right now. And the PvE, can I just say, PvE community, that it's good to be back amongst your numbers, and just so much fun. And these Mythic Plus changes, they're the best. It's so challenging and hard. And this is one of the things that I like about retail, is that when you watch 4-button WoW over in Classic, and those guys get tilted if they've got to move up to 6 buttons or 6 abilities. I love the difficulty of retail and all the abilities. Now, most certainly, I think we're kind of getting to a point break with the amount of shit going on in my screen between everybody's effects and the boss effects and stuff. So, you know, I can see some arguments there. But overall, I love all the abilities. I love how difficult it is, and the CC and stuff. Makes you wonder if they're ever going to reduce CC or movement abilities. It would actually be a big undertaking, because they'd have to redo a ton of the dungeons and the way PvE works. God, I wish PvP would get incentivized like PvE. Maybe Blizz will come around in the future, but I gotta tell you, the Mythic Plus changes are outstanding, and I had forgotten how much fun WoW PvE is. Just gearing up your guy and going in those dungeons and blowing up mobs with your crew. Just an absolute blast. So keep an eye out for your boy on the Looking For group. I'd be happy to come in there and brick your key. Been having a real good time doing that. I know some of you guys want to like, hey, let's run together. Let's do some stuff together in game. My only problem with that is I don't want to become some guy with a community and a Discord and have people following me around. I just want to play with everyone. And so I think I'll just stick to that puglife, because I think it gives me a better perspective on what the average WoW player is going through, rather than just gathering a group of great players around me. And, you know, I like running into you guys in the world, or you guys send me some mail with questions or encouragement. That's the shit that I like. It makes the world seem more immersive. If I just had a small group of people that liked my channel and my stuff, and that's the only people I interacted with, I think that could potentially put me in a very bad echo chamber. And then I wouldn't be as in tune to what the average PvP or PvE experience is in that puglife. So don't ever take it like I don't like you, or I'm rejecting you. It's that I'm rejecting that I don't want to build my own community that isolates me from the rest of it. And I feel like a lot of content creators and streamers do that. And I want you to have a chance to see me out in the world, or me be in your group, and me get to have fun playing with you guys. So I don't like all that exclusive shit. So that's what that's about. It's not about being a dick. It's about making sure that I get to play the World of Warcraft the way that I want to, and I get to have fun with everybody. In closing, I'd like to say a blessing over a very, very special group of players, the Mythic Plus DPSers. I love you, my DPS, with meters so high, letting all of the mechanics pass you by. Stop standing in shit and making me suffer, and hit your goddamn defensive, you dumb motherfuckers. Oklahoma out.